Hi, I'm Susie with Officer.com, and with me today is
Craig Floyd, and I'm the chairman of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund.
Can you tell me what the significance is of the event today?
Well, today was a milestone, really, in the development of the National Law Enforcement Museum. We've announced today that we've acquired the J. Edgar Hoover collection. These are thousands of artifacts from J. Edgar Hoover's personal and professional life. He is as significant a figure in American law enforcement as we have ever had, and we wanted to make sure that his story became part of the National Law Enforcement Museum. By telling the story of American law enforcement, you've got to include the story of the FBI, and certainly if you tell the story of the FBI, you've got to include the story of J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI for 48 years.
Can you tell me just a few artifacts that you'll have on display there?
Well, we have literally everything from his office. We have his desk. We have his telephone that he used every day. We have his badge that he wore as director of the FBI. We have all of his speeches, both written as well as audio recordings of many of those speeches. We have all of the awards he received as FBI director. We have pictures of him on vacation, so you get a glimpse of J. Edgar Hoover behind the scenes and get to know him a little more as a personal figure. And we also have a very significant collection called the Morris Childs Papers. Morris Childs was perhaps one of the great spies in American history. He served for the FBI as a spy. He was also a ranking member, a leader of the American Communist Party. And he was able to infiltrate the Communist Party and then share that intelligence with the FBI. Ronald Reagan in 1987 gave Morris Childs the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his work, his espionage work as an American spy, and how vital that was to our nation during the Cold War years.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the research center that's planned that will be named in honor of J. Edgar Hoover?
The National Law Enforcement Museum, like any great world-class museum, will have research at its core. And we will have a research center at the museum facility. And it will be called now the J. Edgar Hoover Research Center in honor of this wonderful donation that the J. Edgar Hoover Foundation has given us, the J. Edgar Hoover Collection and Estate, and also other financial contributions that we've received from the foundation, as well as a number of other related FBI groups that help raise money to make that research center possible. Now we'll help to keep the legacy of J. Edgar Hoover alive because we've named the research center after this great figure in American law enforcement history.
I understand that the groundbreaking is set for October. Can you tell me a little bit about where it is and what time and exactly who is going to be involved with the groundbreaking?
Well, after 10 years of determined effort, we will be breaking ground on the first ever National Law Enforcement Museum on October 14th of this year. And on that day, we'll have an 11 a.m. Ceremony at the Memorial Museum grounds. The two are linked together side by side. And we will have all the leading dignitaries, law enforcement leaders, government leaders, all of our major supporters of this museum campaign that's now been underway for more than a decade. And then later that evening at the National Building Museum right across the street, we will have a celebratory affair, a gala, to help celebrate this wonderful milestone in law enforcement history, but also to help raise additional money to finish the job that we will start on October 14th when we commence construction on the museum.
All things considered, when do we hope to be in?
Well, with all on schedule, and we certainly hope it will be on schedule, we'll open that museum at the end of 2013. And just a few short years away, really, after the many years that it's taken to get us this far. It's a daunting challenge to build a national museum of any type. This one is underground primarily, which means it adds to the cost. It adds to the architectural challenges that you face. And frankly, when it's finished, it's going to be one of the most exciting architectural works that you'll ever see.
Okay, Craig, thanks a lot for your time today.
Appreciate it, Susie. Thank you.
Craig wanted me to bring Hoover's desk. And I said, I don't think I can get it on the roof rack of my car, but I can bring the telephone that was given to him on his 35th anniversary as director of the FBI. It'll be on the table after the conference, but on the back is the plaque that says, presented by FBI Indianapolis, courtesy of Western Electric Company. And I think most photographs that you'll see of his desk after his 35th anniversary, you'll see this telephone on his desk. And it's behind him in the photo, but we brought that so you could see the desk and the lamps that we actually do have in the collection. In 1937, Mr. Hoover celebrated 20 years of public service. This is from the album that we have from that celebration. And in that photograph, he's holding a badge that was given to him. We have the badge, which is pretty exciting. And on the back, if I can read even with my reading glasses, number 1, Honorable J. Edgar Hoover, in recognition of 20 years service, July 1917, July 1937. So it's really fun to have the photograph of Mr. Hoover holding the badge and the badge itself. In 1939, the National Academy of Sciences presented its Public Welfare Medal to Hoover for his application of scientific methods to the problem of crime prevention. Hoover accepted the medal, quote, "not for myself alone, but also as a tribute to my associates, the patriotic men and women of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, whose personal sacrifices have made possible its achievements." He goes on, and I'll paraphrase, that the public press had been lampooning the Federal Bureau of Investigation because of this scientific methodology and was depicting special agents as lab people running around in lab coats holding magnifying glasses. And I can't wait to find one of those cartoons. In the meantime, we have the medal. And it's very exciting. One of the benefits of being a museum person and an archivist is that I know the archivist at the National Academy of Sciences, and she said, "Oh, we've got the file related to awarding this medal." And so we now have all of the correspondence in PDF form, electronic form, of Hoover and the National Academy talking about when, where, how the medal was going to be presented. And the reason I know what he said is that we now have a copy of his acceptance speech.